Hey everybody, Christina here. I just wanted to come on and show you how I made this card really fast. There's a couple of things that I do that I don't see a whole lot of people doing, or maybe I just don't notice it, I'm not sure. So please forgive me if you do it. But I have my little kitty cat from Love and Coffee. That's one of our new stamp sets. And it has 3 little cats and 4 little sentiments that are super fun. And I wanted to use these guys with the new paper, and this patterned paper is it's called Love and Roses, or Chocolate and Roses, excuse me. And it's just got different patterned papers, and we've got some roses, some solid pieces, some hearts with flowers, some these are supposed to be, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but this is supposed to be embossed hearts. And we've got some more roses, some chocolates, and just a lot of different really pretty patterned paper here. And I wanted to use 3 different patterns, but I noticed, and like I said, I don't know if a lot of people do this already, and I just haven't noticed, but I love using the solid paper when I can't find something that will match this. It makes it really easy to go ahead and get that done. I'm going to zoom in just really fast. There you go. Now we can see a little bit better. So I have this piece here. It looks, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, not when I get up close, but it is different. It looks like embossed hearts. I really like how that looks. And then you've got chocolates on the other side if you decide in a minute you don't like it. And then we have some just solid pink, which is actually the same, the roses, it's the same piece of paper, it's just the opposite side. So it makes it really nice, and you can just layer that on there. So this is a scalloped rectangle that I have, and it used to go together, oops, off camera, like this, and I just cut it in half and cut the edges off down to the size that I needed. So I was gonna use it to I wanted to take one of the other cats and just, you know, no layers at all, and just stick that on there, which I think is still cute, but for some reason I just couldn't get past the fact that I had no layers. For those of you who have seen my cards and do a lot of stuff with me, you know I love my layers. So I'm going to go ahead and put this card together. I'm going to go ahead and grab my trusty little tape here. And the first thing I'm going to put together are these the scallops on there. So I'm just going to put some tape onto the back, and I'm just going to line this up where I want it, which is nice because I'm still, you know, able to put the scallops on where I want it. I'm going to put an extra little thing right here. But this way I get to use some of my scraps. I don't have to worry about, oh, it's a rectangle, so I can't use it. I can just go ahead and use my scraps, what I've already got done, and stick that all together. So I think that will do nice. And I'm going to actually be putting some foam tape on the back of this, so that will stand out from the rest of the white. This piece I'm going to go ahead and stick onto the back, or onto my pink. And I really love doing this, and I love using the scraps of the paper that I already have from the cardstock. I actually have these little folders here that I keep them in. You can see I've already got scraps in this one, and I just keep this in here with my scraps. That way I can keep it all together and I know what it is. If I can get my fingers to work, that would be fantastic. So I'm just popping that in there. So then I can keep this and all my scraps together in one little sleeve. So I'm gonna grab my 3D foam. I keep it all in this little jar. There we go. And I'm just going to put some 3D foam on the back of this one. Please excuse my Band-Aid. Why am I grabbing more? Here we go. I already dumped them out. So I'm just going to stick one in the center to make sure that stays popped up. And put some more on here. I love my 3D foam just as much as I love my layers too. So I'm going to take the backs off of these. There we go. And I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to just put it right in the center the best that I can. There we are. And then we're going to flip this over and we're going to do the same thing with the foam. I'm going to put 2 on the edges and 1 at the middle. But I love using my scraps too because Meadow, if I'm not using the silhouette, then Meadow is die cutting for me, and this way I don't have to do either. I can just go ahead and use some scraps, use up some paper, which my son likes because, you know, he loves trees and he says I'm killing trees, which, you know, I am, but I'm putting them to good use and making them happy. So I'm going to take those off. I'm going to actually turn my card to the side. It's going to open from the bottom. This is going to be the bottom. But I do want to kind of measure this and do like 3/4 of an inch down, which I normally don't get that technical. I kind of just throw it on there. But today I'm getting a little technical because I want to put a sentiment at the bottom. So I'm going to line that up. Plus it helps me line it up, so that's nice too. And just put that on there. Okay, so there's my card, and then we're going to stick this guy right here, but I need to put some new foam tape on him. He actually, you guys have heard me about how I just rip things off or take things off, whatever. You know, I don't really worry about it. Well, he came off of, when I was doing this one, he came off of that card, and I didn't like it, so he came off, and now he's going on a new card. And I find myself where it's like, okay, I'll figure it all out and I'll lay it out before I nail anything down. But then after looking at it for a couple of minutes, I don't like the way it looks. So now he can go right here, and this side is 3 high, but this side is only 1 high, just to, you know, make sure that everything is nice and even and it looks like he's laying flat on there. See, throw those away and we can put our 3D foam away now. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to use a block, and let's see, we have 4 different sentiments on here. We've got love is in the air and it smells like coffee. Where have you been my whole life? You are like a cup of coffee, hot and tasty. I love you more than coffee, but please don't make me prove it. So let's see, what do I want to use? I think I'm going to be sassy. And I'm going to use the you're hot and tasty sentiment, because that one's just a load of fun, right? We love that one. And then because I'm not coloring, I'm going to go ahead and use my VersaFine Clair. Now if I was coloring, I would definitely be using my Memento Black. So I'm going to line this up on my grid and make sure I'm doing this straight as I possibly can, and I'm just going to put it down here in the corner. And there we are. Now I was thinking of going a little bit further with the layers, and I was also thinking about embossing this background, the card base, with the new lovely roses, but I decided not to. So thought I would keep it a little bit simpler, even though I needed to have my layers. So I know I do, whoops, I just dropped my little stamp pressure thing. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed this card. It's nice, it's simple, it's cute, and sassy, of course. So we will see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I see more people using, you know, the backs and the fronts of the paper together. And use your scraps, everybody. Use your scraps. I will see you next time. Don't forget to hit subscribe, notify, and like the video. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye now.